Hi. I woke up not too long ago. I have this new microphone I want to test out, and I need a little bit of practice with my green screen because I've not used it in a long time. So I'm going to rant about the current state of AI and how it's affecting my YouTube career. And I'm going to do it over top of different backgrounds. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoy this because I'm going to be doing more rant type of content for my second channel. And I'm going to basically just put whatever I want on that channel and see what happens. So, cheers to you. So, I've been doing YouTube now for 10 years. And if you haven't seen my previous video on my main channel, I recommend you check that out here because I talk about how much money I've generated over the past 10 years. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, I think it's a good watch. But over the past 10 years, I've had a number of different obstacles. The algorithm is constantly changing. So the type of content that I have to make also has to change if I want to stay relevant in the algorithm. Well, this past year, I've noticed a lot of changes that is different. So, what do I mean by that? Well, this past year, I've noticed that YouTube is adding more and more tools to help content creators like by using AI. So, AI is popping up with how to make the best title, how to make the best thumbnail. Like they have tools now that can just completely generate you a thumbnail just from scratch. And they added this feature where you can test multiple titles and multiple thumbnails, and then it will take the best one of the three and it will like pick whichever the best one was that performed in the algorithm, and then that's what your video uses. So that's another example. There are entire websites now that are dedicated to cloning your voice. They're with AI. There's entire websites dedicated to like chopping up your live streams or your videos and turning them into shorts and to clips like that. And if you look at I think I saw a stat the other day, it was like 20% of all YouTube shorts now is just AI slop videos. Like that's 20% of all shorts. Like AI didn't really become a thing until the past couple years. So it's taken over the shorts spectrum, and it's only getting worse because the CEO of YouTube, it loves AI. Everybody, all these big CEOs, they love AI, so they want to keep pushing AI. So shorts is just it's becoming nothing but AI slop. And if you look, I think the top if you look at the top YouTube videos on a week by week basis, the top YouTube videos on the entire platform are just AI generated videos now, which is ridiculous. And if you look at these, they are so unbelievably bad. Like they just look awful. Somebody just types up a prompt of like monkey saves people on the bus from dying from an avalanche or whatever the fuck. And it generates millions upon millions of views. And it takes absolutely no effort to do that, which is just crazy. Like that's generating so much money for doing absolutely nothing. It's ridiculous. So the top YouTube videos on the whole website is AI generated now. YouTube Shorts is being taken over. They have tools to make your AI thumbnails. They have tools to generate you the best title because they have algorithms to do that. And me, like as a content creator, how on earth do I keep up with this? So, like, normally when it comes to the type of content I've been making on YouTube, I make gaming content. So I cover gaming news or I'll make tips and tricks videos and stuff. I'm pretty sure Microsoft has a tool now, and they're still working on it. I think it was in beta, but I don't think, luckily, nobody uses it. But they have a tool where it can run alongside your games, and you can bring up your AI companion, and if you're stuck, you can just ask the AI for help in the game. So, say there's a boss fight, let's say, I don't know, Elden Ring, for example, and you're stuck on a boss fight and you don't know how to beat the boss. Well, you can just ask this AI tool, like, hey, I'm stuck on this boss. How do I beat it? What's the boss's weaknesses? If you just ask the AI assistant, hey, what's some tips and tricks for this video game? Well, it will give you tips and tricks for that video game. And that kind of you know, completely replaces me in a way, like a YouTuber that makes tips and tricks videos. Like, why would people sit down and watch a tips and tricks video when they could just ask their AI companion and get a bunch of tips and tricks in like 2 seconds versus a 10 to 20-minute video they'd have to watch? So, and I know not everybody's like that. Some people want to sit down and actually watch a video, but for every person that doesn't like AI and they still want the original thing, they want to watch actual content creators, there's like 3 or 4 people that don't care, and they will watch the AI and they accept the AI and they will just keep watching AI as it's fed to them. And I've noticed this a number of different ways this past year when I've been making videos. A good example of like AI beating me in the algorithm is like if I try to cover a news topic for a video game. So like I used to make news videos for Helldivers 2. I tried to make news videos for Arc Raiders. And when you're making news videos, you have to be like the first one to get that information out there because it will just get buried in the algorithm. So for example, I think it was a few weeks back when Arc Raiders just released. I was trying to pivot to cover Arc Raiders news. So I woke up at 3 in the morning because Arc Raiders likes to post their patches or whatever at 4 a.m. my time. So I woke up at 3 in the morning. I had my breakfast, had my coffee. I had everything prepped. I had a thumbnail pretty much ready to go. I had my gameplay already plugged into Premiere. I had my video half edited. All I needed to do was like record my voice lines and just record me reading the patch notes, and I had to like take screenshots of whatever the patch notes were and just throw them up on screen. So I had a head start on this process, and I've got 10 years of experience doing this. So like I know how to get this done as soon as humanly possible, because if you release a news update video like later in the day, it's already going to be buried by the other content creators that posted their videos first. Like once they get the traction, the algorithm prioritizes them because it's like, this video already has 30,000 views. We're going to keep pushing it to people. We're not going to show people in the algorithm this new news video that has no views. So it does whatever is in YouTube's best interest. And YouTube's best interest is to showcase the video that's already booming. So anyway, I had everything prepped, ready to go. The patch notes dropped, and I started to edit and work on my video as soon as humanly possible so that I could get that advantage in the algorithm. Well, I did everything as fast as I possibly could. There's no way I could have done it any faster. And suddenly, a lot of those other content creators that do the same thing posted their video an entire hour before I was able to get mine out. So I was like, what on earth? Like, what could they have possibly done? So I started to listen to their videos. Like, I really took the time to break down their videos and analyze them and see, like, what could they have done to get this video out a whole hour before me? Because I have all this experience. I know what to do. I was prepped. I was ready. And I was listening, and I was like, something sounds off about their voice. Something sounds fake. And the more I listened, I went back and listened to some of their other videos, and they don't have much like affliction in their voice. It doesn't sound like they're putting much emotion into their voice. And it dawned on me. I was like, wait a second. This person legitimately just cloned their voice with AI, and then they just took the patch notes and put it into the AI generator and had their fake AI voice read off the patch notes. And then they just cut it up. And if you were to do that, that would save you so much time, because recording your voice lines, it takes a while. You have to read it all yourself. If you fuck up, you have to go back and you have to edit out all your fuck ups. And, that whole process takes time. But, who doesn't mess up when they're reading? AI generated voices. So I was like, oh my God, that's legitimately what they're doing. And it never even dawned on me to try to do that. And so I had this video, and I think my video was just dead on arrival because these other content creators got their video out done before me. And I go into the comment section, and nobody notices. Nobody seems to realize that their voice is just AI generated because they don't have a camera. They're just reading. And when you're just there to get the news, you're not going to notice that it's just an AI voice, because why would you? Why would you think to notice something like that? So this is just one example of me losing out in the algorithm due to AI. So not only do I have to try to think of new ideas and be creative and think of something that no other content creator has done, I also have to compete with artificial intelligence and content creators that are taking advantage of it. I've never really thought to do it. The most I've ever done using AI is I'll use like an upscaler if I take an image for a thumbnail and it looks blurry. I'm like, that looks kind of shitty. I'll put it in an upscaler to like make it high res so that it looks better. And that's the only example that I've ever really used. Although I do use Photoshop, and I'll put an image in Photoshop and I'll use the Photoshop like AI tool to like remove the background behind an image. But other than that, I've not really used it all that much. But now I'm thinking that I might have to if I want to stay relevant. And it's just becoming very tedious. It's like, it's kind of taken the fun out of it, to be honest. And this is just like some small examples. There's a lot of like stuff that's going on behind the scenes with AI that's affecting me in the long term. And some examples of that are like with the cost of everything keeps going up. So like my hobby of video games is, one, it's been getting more expensive over time. So like this past year, I've been looking at not only my analytics, but other gaming channels' analytics. And I can tell that views are down just across the board. One, because the algorithm's changing, but two, I think it has to do with the fact that people aren't buying as many video games. And when you're not buying video games because you can't afford them, well, then you're not watching YouTube videos on how to play them. You're not watching YouTube videos on the news about your video games you're not playing. You're not watching tips and tricks videos for video games that you can't afford to buy. So I think views are going down because people just can't afford to be in this hobby anymore. And now we have like the news that RAM prices are going through the roof. GPU prices are going to go up soon. So if you are a PC gamer, you can't afford a graphics card. You can't afford RAM because, like, hell, I think my RAM and my PC, I think my PC right now has like quadrupled in price. If I was to sell every single individual piece of my PC, holy crap. I guess that's a fallback plan. Like if my career fails due to the whole AI taking over, I could just sell my individual pieces of my PC and just live off of that, I suppose. Because like, holy shit, I think RAM is going up like $400 or $500. My graphics card, I have a 5090 graphics card. I bought it for $3,000. It's rumored that prices are going to be like $5,000 for these graphics cards. That is crazy. I bought it over market value. So I bought it overpriced, and I'm going to be able to sell my used graphics card for more than what I overpaid for it. That is just absolutely ridiculous. And because of all these things going up in price, this is going to affect not only you that wants to upgrade and buy your PC, but it's going to affect consoles as well, because consoles are basically mini PCs at this point. So if you want to buy yourself a PlayStation or an Xbox or a Nintendo Switch, that all requires RAM. And the price of RAM is going up because these AI companies are going to, like, they're buying, like, I think it's what, 40% of all RAM is going to AI companies now. So it's just like AI is getting shoved down our throats from all angles, and like nothing's being done about it. The government doesn't care. They're just investing more and more money into AI. It's like they're trying to put AI in commercials. They're trying to use AI for tools. They're like creating problems that we don't have, and they're trying to sell us AI as a solution to the problem that didn't exist. It's crazy. And it's just, they're trying to, like, all these big AI companies are just going in a circle, and they're printing money by sharing money with each other, with each of these other tech companies. And it's like, I'm going to give you $5 billion. And then they take that $5 billion and they give it to the next company. And they just go in a circle and they all share the same money. So something has to change, man. It's getting ridiculous. And with the prices going up of like the consoles, like that these video game companies are going to raise the price of their games because they never bite the bullet. They have to keep the number go up. Number must go up always. So your $70 games are going to be 80, 90, maybe even $100. So if people already aren't buying games because they can't afford food, because we can't afford anything, it's like I have a YouTube channel dedicated to video games, but nobody's going to be able to afford video games. So I'm getting just blasted from all angles with this AI shit. It's like other content creators are using AI. AI is making it more expensive to buy video games. I feel like I have to use AI if I want to adapt and compete with other content creators. It's getting ridiculous. And it's like, I'm to the point now where I've been doing this for 10 years, and every time the algorithm changes, I have to basically start over and come up with a new strategy from scratch. And now it's to the point where, like, it doesn't even feel like I'm making content anymore if I'm using AI to do it for me. So that's why I'm making this video. I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to do things differently, and I'm going to just rant into the camera with this new microphone and my green screen, and we're going to have a good time. And if I fail in the process, well, then I at least get to vent about my frustrations and feel better about it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's basically going to do it for me. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you're new here, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.